I have noticed a surprising lack of Terraria boss fight tutorials, so I decided to make my own, and this is my first one fighting the first boss, being the Eye of Cthulhu. This will be a multiple part series with me going over each boss for this world playing mage. However, I will give a tutorial for each class in this video, being like a recommended loadout. So for mage here, I'll show the gameplay and also give my recommended loadout, and then I will do the same for summoner, melee, and ranged. The Eye of Cthulhu is a very easy boss fight consisting of two phases. The first phase is, as you see here, just the eye that flies around making short, slow dashes at you that deal damage, and you occasionally spawn some servants of Cthulhu as minions. I like to use a flaming mace to clear them out regardless of what my class is, unless I've got a nice piercing weapon. And then for my main weapon, I tend to use one of the higher tier staffs for mage, maybe a thunder zapper as well, or if you've already broken some shadow orbs, a vile thorn could work pretty well because of its nice piercing to take out the servants of Cthulhu. For melee, as you can see here, I'm using a flaming mace, which works well, but if you've had the luck to get an enchanted sword, then definitely use that. It will wreck the Eye of Cthulhu. For rangers, I would suggest any early game gun, most preferably the boomstick, the musket, or the undertaker. All three of those are really good, particularly paired with the tungsten bullets or maybe even just musket balls. Then for summoners, I would use the snapthorn with the flinx fur coat and then platinum or gold armor, as that will give you nice defense as well as an extra minion and some extra summon damage. Using the flinx staff works really well as well, and the snapthorn's poison damage will do very well against the eye, and the servants will die to the snapthorn's area damage. Now for accessories, you're always going to want to use Hermes boots for this fight, as it will let you very easily escape the eye's short charges in the first phase, allowing you to take a lot less damage. I would also suggest using a double jump item. I didn't have any for this fight, but it would have been extremely useful. If you've already defeated a goblin army and have access to the goblin tinkerer, rocket boots upgraded into spectre boots would be amazing, as well as potentially getting a cloud in a balloon. If you don't have access to the goblin tinkerer though, I would use the anklet of the wind if you've been able to find one, as it gives a nice 10% bonus to movement speed, as well as just like any accessories that you found that have a good damage reduction, like warding or a menacing modifier, as those will give you a nice stat boost. And at this point, the accessories don't matter too much. However, a grappling hook is really helpful for this fight, as it allows you to quickly move around the eye, especially if you're good with grappling and moving at like a quick time, so you get the acceleration bonus that the grapple can provide, immediately putting you into the sprint with your Hermes boots. For class specific ones, the Feral Claws work really well with both melee and summoner, and for mage, I like to use the Celestial Magnet for collecting the stars from the Servants of Cthulhu from a lot farther distance, as well as the Celestial Cuffs. Rangers don't have too many accessories at this point specific to their class, so there aren't really any for them, but Rangers will just kind of shred this boss anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. If you're playing Ranger and don't really have any of those class specific accessories, just use some damage reduction or speed increase. Now is the second phase, where the eye will spin, spawn a bunch of Servants of Cthulhu, and open up to become a mouth. Now, I got lucky here and he got hit by a star, but it's still very easily doable without this. As he goes into second phase, he will start doing the same slow dashes, but in expert and master mode, there's a change to this boss fight, where as you can see here, he goes into a third phase where he does really fast, long range dashes, which can deal a lot of damage and can make it very hard to hit him. That's about it for this boss fight, so I'll see you in the next one. We'll be fighting the Eater of Worlds then, so don't miss it.